Hello friends, I'm your elder brother Kiran Roy. Today I'm going to address how you can be the best you could ever be in life. How you can be your best version which you always wanted to be. So the first point regarding this is be obsessed about at least something in your life. For example, ever since I turned 13 years old, I was obsessed only about one thing, that is guitars. I would practice sometimes up to 16 hours a day. 12 hours was a daily fixture. I was mad about guitars. I was obsessed. My parents were worried that what's wrong with him. He just locks up himself in his room and keeps playing, keeps playing. But in reality, I was not just blindly playing. I was obsessed about guitars and I was working music theory. I was studying music theory. I was studying notations. Those of you who are aware about guitars, I have completed 8 grades of Melbase, which is pure notations. And that's a very difficult thing to do. People having an idea about it would understand that. So that used to take lots of time. Even working out one piece would take me lots of hours. So that was the reason why I used to lock up myself in the room and I used to keep working, keep playing, keep practicing. I was mad about guitars. I still am. And that's precisely the reason why I had built an empire of only guitars, because I only eat guitars, breathe guitars, and I sleep guitars. I teach guitars. I have a chain of music academies. I sell guitars. I have a chain of guitar showrooms. I manufacture guitars. I have a guitar factory. We supply guitars all over the globe. So as you can see, it's only guitars that I live, eat, breathe. My entire identity is only guitars. Where I live in Chembur, Mumbai. Everybody knows me with only one identity. That is, he's the guitar dude. He's the guitar boss. He's the guitar bro. Guitar is my only identity. For that matter, you can just type my name in Google. You can just type Kiran Roy in Google. All that you will see is Kiran Roy guitar, Kiran Roy this, Kiran Roy that, everything related to guitars. No other identity I have apart from guitars. Why is this possible? That's only because I have an undying love for guitars. I'm obsessed with guitars, and that in itself gave me my identity, which majority of the people lack. Majority of the herd followers don't have an identity. They are lost in the rat race. They are lost in the crowd. Nobody can identify them from the rest because they live the same mediocre existence. Go to the office at 9, come back home, grab a couple of drinks, watch TV, go to sleep, and repeat the same thing for the next goddamn 65 years. And by that time, you realize you forgot to live your life. Don't be that guy. Be the man who chases his passion to the point of obsession, because passion is not what I had. I had obsession, and that in itself paved the way for my future. Because when I was 13 years old, that time itself I had declared that it's only guitars that I would want to do for the rest of my life. And I've kept my word. I did not have to do anything else till date. Today I'm 44 years old. I did not do any other work apart from playing guitars, selling guitars, teaching guitars. Guitar is the only thing I have done, and that was only possible because I possessed an undying obsession towards my craft. So I would ask even you to identify what your obsession is and go no holds barred towards it. Just chase it with whatever you've got. Put in everything you've got. And don't do it just because you want an outcome. Do it because you're obsessed about it. There's a difference. So chase obsession. Don't chase results, because a person who is obsessed, awesome results are imminent. You will definitely get brilliant results. So never chase results, because I've never chased results myself. I only chased my obsession, and results are for all to see. Next point is build discipline over motivation. See, discipline is a thing which will always remain with you, irrespective of whether you feel like doing it or not. Whereas motivation fades. Motivation is never permanent. It can get you going, but it will simply fade, leaving you hanging in the lurch. Whereas discipline is something which, once you set out for something, you will achieve it irrespective of whether you want to do it or not. That is called discipline. Whereas motivation is something which you will do only when you feel motivated. Most of the times, as I said, motivation fades. It's not going to remain forever, whereas discipline is forever. For example, right now I'm in a hill station. Today, like every day, I woke up at 5 a.m. I took a cold shower. I set out running. Wherein, ideally, under these conditions, the best bet for me would have been to have a long sleep till maybe 9 a.m., 10 a.m., have a nice leisure breakfast, and take the day off. But since I'm bound by discipline, I could not go off schedule. I had to do what I have been doing since the past 3.5 years. That is, take a cold shower, go for a run, have a healthy breakfast. That's exactly what I had done. So, as you can see, it's not motivation. That was not because I was motivated. In fact, I'm not at all motivated now. Now, currently, it's only discipline which is running me, which is fueling me. Because currently, I don't have any motivation because I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Earlier, I had the motivation that I have to prove something to myself, I have to prove something to others. Currently, I don't have any motivation. I don't have anything to, I've got nothing to prove anybody. Whatever I had to prove, I've already proved long ago. So now it's only discipline which is keeping me going. That I have to show up, whether I like it or not. Things has to be done. There's no other way out. I have to do it. I will keep on doing it as a matter of habit, as a matter of discipline. So it's always discipline over motivation. Remember this. My next point is outwork everybody. Hard work beats talent any day. My In my case, when I started playing guitars, I realized that am good. I'm good. But I can be excellent only if I work hard towards it. I was naturally gifted to a certain extent. I wouldn't take that away. But I very well knew that if I have to reach that level of if I have to fulfill my dreams of becoming a professional level guitarist or a professional guitarist for that matter, I will have to outwork everybody because my talent can only give me that push, but it won't take me to that level where I want to see myself. And my level was only simple. I had only one goal, that is to make a living, as in to be a professional guitar player, as in to earn my daily bread be by only doing guitars for the rest of my life. I did not like majority of the people in India where music is not considered as a full-time career. So they have one 9 to 5 job and then on weekends they play some little bit of guitar. So that is not what I set out to do. I wanted to be a full-time guitar player or make my living out of guitars. So I knew that if I have to achieve that goal of mine, I will have to outwork everybody. And that's exactly what I had done. So if somebody is putting in 2 hours of practice, I would put in 8 hours. If somebody used to run 2 kilometers per day, I would run 5 kilometers. If somebody would lift for 45 minutes, I would lift for 90 minutes for that matter. So what I mean to say is hard work will always be better than having or than possessing sheer talent alone. Any day, hard work will pay you rich dividends as opposed to just relying on talent alone. So always put in more work than the rest of the people around you. That's exactly what I had done in each and every aspect of my life. Even today, when I'm 44 years old, if you look at other guys my age, my peers, my classmates, my colleagues, whoever are my age, they look at least 20 years elder to me. That's because they have settled for that mediocre life. Just go to office, have junk food, come home, have drinks, go to bed. And that is not the lifestyle which I follow. I don't have any junk food. I lead a very disciplined life and results are for all to see. So my point is outwork everybody. Don't do what the rest are doing. Put in more than what the others are doing. Put in everything you got to be the best you can ever be in life. Next point is develop a ruthless mindset. No self-pity, no victim, no calling yourself a victim, no blaming others. Always take the responsibility yourself. You will see majority of the herd followers, irrespective of whichever country you happen to live. You will see majority of the also rants, the herd followers. They always blame others for whatever happens in their lives. It's because of them this happened, because of him this happened, because of my father I did not get success, because of my teachers I did not succeed. People are filled. You will find such people filled everywhere, whichever part of the globe you go. They always put the blame on each and everybody except themselves. Don't be that guy. You have to take the reins of your life in your own hands. You are never going to consider yourself a victim. You have to train your mind that you have to be ruthless. You have to train your mind to be a warrior. A warrior never complains. They just go and do it. They don't care about the consequences because their job is to slay. Their job is not to sit and cry, sit and call themselves as a victim, sit and blame others for each and everything that happened in their lives except themselves. That's a loser mindset, which majority of the mediocre herd followers possess. So you are never going to do that if you want to be the best version that you can ever be in life. My next point is pain is temporary, but greatness is forever. Slay your pain and use it as fuel. With every failure that you face in life, you're going to feel pain 100%. Even in my case, I've lost more battles than I've won. But with every loss, I did not sit and cry because what majority people do with every defeat, they give up. They lay their arms on the ground. They say, I've had enough. I'm not going to do this again. Whereas the difference between them and me is with every failure, it hurts. It hurts big deal. It hurts a big deal. But I would never ever lay down my guns. I would take that pain of that defeat. I would convert that into raw fuel and I would again attempt after taking all the lessons that I had learned from that defeat. And I would again go for the next kill. Again, in the next kill, I would lose. But again, I would be sad. Of course, I would get that immense pain that I tried, still I lost. But again, I now have double the pain. I would convert double that pain into raw fuel again. And again, I would catapult and throttle myself onto my next assault. That time I would win because now I had twice the raw fuel, which would work as my energy, and twice the lessons that I had learned from those two defeats, which helped me in slaying the third time around. So remember, pain is temporary, greatness is forever. Always convert that pain into throttling yourself for the next assault. Never ever give up. Keep fighting. You will lose 3 times, 4 times, even 7 times. But by the law of averages, 8 times the eighth time round, you are definitely going to win. And that win is going to be such a big win that all the defeats are going to pale in comparison. So remember, pain is temporary, greatness is permanent. Next point is surround yourself with winners. Do yourself a favor and cut out all the losers out of your life because it's the losers. Because losers are a type of cancer. They spread, they try to seep inside you as well, and they will ensure that you become like them. So the only thing that you can do, as is the case with treating cancer as well, is to cut it out, is to eliminate it completely. So eliminate all the losers from your life, because if you hang around with losers, it's a no-brainer. It's 100% guaranteed that you are going to turn out to be the next. It is irrespective of the person you are. Even if you happen to be a winner and an awesome person yourself, but if you hang around with people whose majority comprises of losers, even you are going to be the next. Take it from me in writing. So the only way to attain success in life is to only hang out with winners, or better still, hang out with yourself. Because in my case, I could never find anybody of my wavelength, my level, my thinking, my talent level, my mental strength level. I could never find. Hence, my next best thing to do was being alone in my own company. Because at least I'm not lowering my standards by being with people who are losers, who are inferior to me. And since rarely I found people who are better to me, I chose to remain alone all my life. I did find some awesome people, and I've been in touch with them right throughout. But majority of the people were below me, below my dignity, not in terms of money or anything. It's below the dignity of mental strength is what I mean. So I always cut them off completely from my life. I've always lived in solitude throughout my life. I My motto has always been it's better to be alone than to be in the company of people who are inferior to you mentally, emotionally, and I don't care about finances. I don't mind making friends with people who are very poor or like very completely out of the league. I'd have no issues with that. But they have to have that mental strength, that mental courage, because that is what separates the men from the boys. My next point is master your body and mind. Always remember, a strong mind can only survive in a strong body. A strong mind can never flourish in a weak body, and vice versa. If you want a strong body, you should have a strong mind. It works both the ways. So you have to train hard. You have to train hard both mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. You have to keep yourself physically strong by doing difficult things: running, hiking, swimming, cycling, lifting weights. All these are good examples about how you can achieve a strong body. And how you can attain a strong mind. You have to gain knowledge, you have to do difficult things, you have to challenge yourself at every step. At every aspect of life you will find two options, two roads you will see. For one destination you will always see two roads. One is the shortcut, the easy way out. The other is the long cut filled with obstacles. That will take you more time, that will be a worst nightmare. But I always chose to take that long cut. I never took that easy way out, because that long cut will take you quite a while to reach there. But once you've reached there, you will remain there. Things will be different when you view it from the top. Whereas with a shortcut, it's going to fizzle out, because you reach there, you've reached the destination, but you don't know what all you had to face in the journey. Get my point? So always do the difficult things in life by making your mind and body strong, because only with a strong mind and body you can achieve those impossible goals which you have set out for yourself. Never settle. The best, never stop improving. One thing common you will see, that once a person are done with their education, once they've got hold of their degrees, complacency seeps in. They think that I have achieved whatever I had to do. I've studied, I've got my degrees. Now I will just do my jobs, and in due course I'll get my promotions. That's about it. They never upgrade themselves. They are stuck in stagnancy, and stagnancy is death. So never settle, as my next point suggests. That means you have to constantly keep on growing, keep on evolving, keep on evolving. Because today, at my age, 40, the other 44-year-olds whom I see, they are all leading a mediocre existence because they don't want to upgrade themselves. They're happy the way things are going. They are complacent. They find no happiness in doing difficult things. They find no purpose, as in they have no purpose apart from just going on with their daily grind, paying bills. That's about it. Whereas I have constantly been upgrading myself, as you can see from my videos, from my entire gamut of things which I discuss in my videos. Why is this possible? Because I've constantly been upgrading myself, be it in my guitars, be it in my psychology. I call myself a psychology student because it's been 25 years now that I'm pursuing psychology. I've never stopped learning. Each and every day I'm learning new things. Even in guitar playing, I'm learning new things. That's why even my academic curriculum is constantly updated, because it's me who builds my curriculum. I am still relevant. The reason being, I never stopped learning and I've never stopped adapting. You have to evolve, you have to adapt with changing times. You've seen people who refuse to adapt and they were completely thrown into the oblivion. So the idea is never settle like the majority of the herd followers who think that I've completed my studies, that's it. I don't need to upgrade myself anymore. That's the death knell you're ringing for yourself. Remember, last and the most powerful point for today is live your life not the way they taught you. Walk alone in life. You will see majority of the people, they are scared to walk alone, thinking what others will say. Let them say, let them talk. You keep carving your path ahead. Walk alone. Don't walk the path which thousands have already walked prior to you. because majority of the herd followers, they have no balls to take the path which was not walked before. Always create and carve your path by your own, of your own. Don't wait for others to walk that path before you can start walking. Do it yourself. Trust me, you will be cut above the rest if you do so. Otherwise, you will be reduced to just another herd follower. So, my point is evident: walk alone. Don't walk the path millions have already walked prior to you. I sign off for today. Jai Hind.